friends, welcome to Law and GK. So friends, on this channel we discuss the contents of law and previous year papers of judicial services and other legal exams. So friends, in today's video we are going to discuss the preliminary exam paper of ODISHA Judicial Services 2018. So friends, if you are new on this channel, I would like to recommend कि आप जो है इस चैनल को जल्दी से सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए because it will be very beneficial for you in your preparation for judiciary and other legal exams. And while subscribing, don't forget to press the bell icon so that you can get the notification for our upcoming videos. And if you like this video, just click the like button over there and appreciate this with your friends so that they can come to know about this channel as well. And अगर आपको हमारे efforts अच्छे लगे हों तो in addition to like and subscribe, kindly give us a super thanks. Super thanks is a way to help the content creator with some tips in form of money. So you can donate some money by clicking on the super thanks. मिनिमम से मिनिमम आप 20 रुपये भी डोनेट कर सकते हैं. मिनिमम स्टार्ट्स विद 20 रुपीज़. देखिए हमारे पास ये 2018 का एग्ज़ाम पेपर है, बुकलेट सीरीज ए. सो यू हैव टू फिल योर रोल नंबर हियर. 100 क्वेश्चंस. यूज बॉल पॉइंट पेन एंड देयर विल बी नेगेटिव मार्किंग 25%. So this paper comes like this. You can download this paper from the Odisha website. Let's move to the questions. Question number 1 is, in which of the following cases Supreme Court held that preamble can be amended without altering its basic features? So, कौन सा केस था वो? That was केशवानंद भारती versus State of Kerala 1973. D is the answer. IC गोलकनाथ versus State of Punjab. मेनका गांधी versus Union of India. So D इसका आंसर रहेगा. Next is 2. When there is a conflict between an act made by Parliament and a state legislature on the same subject, which of the following doctrine shall be applicable? Doctrine of repugnancy, C is the answer. And which article provides for the same? This is Article 254 of Constitution of India. Next is 3. Capital punishment is not violative of Article 21 of the Constitution of India. It was held in Bachchan Singh versus State of Punjab. B is the answer. Next is 4. When there is a conflict between fundamental rights as declared by Part 3, this should be Part 3, and directive principles of state policy, Part 4, which will prevail? To which will prevail? Fundamental rights will prevail. B is the answer. Next is 5. Dash of the Indian Constitution lays down Union of India and the states are juristic person and can be sued and be sued. That is Article 300. C is the answer. Next is 6. In which of the following cases the Supreme Court held that capitation fee is unconstitutional? That was Mohini Jain versus State. C is the answer. Next is 7. In which of the following cases the Supreme Court held that right to shelter is a part of fundamental right guaranteed under Article 21 of the Constitution? That was Olga Telles versus Union of India. A is the answer. Next is 8. When a writ is issued to an inferior court or tribunal on the ground of exceeding jurisdiction or acting contrary to the rules of natural justice, it is called as writ of certiorari. A is the answer. Mandamus, command to do public duty. ठीक है. Quo warranto to, what is your authority? Habeas corpus, to have the body. Next is 9. We borrowed the concept of fundamental duties from USSR Constitution. D is the answer. Now it is Russia. Next is 10. Which of the following article of the Constitution of India guarantees right of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions? That is Article 30. D is the answer. Next is 11. An ex parte decree can be set aside on the ground of someone not duly served. This is correct. A is correct. Then B is non-appearance of defendant as a copies of document filed with the plaintiff were not provided. He has received the plaint. ना plaint मिल गया, फिर क्यों नहीं आया? समन मिल गया, plaint मिल गई, कोर्ट में तो आना चाहिए ना. And C, defendant refused to receive the summons and thereafter no fresh summons were issued to him. Refused to receive है तो फिर उसकी गलती है. It is his fault. Expiry cannot be set aside. No, wrong. And under which provision it can be set aside? Either in appeal or under order 9 rule 13. Alright, so A इसका आंसर रहेगा. A is the answer. Next is 12. In which of the following cases the CPC provides for passing a preliminary decree? Suit for dissolution of partnership? Yes. Account between principal and agent? Yes. Suit partition and separate possession? Yes. All of these, D is the answer. And where this is provided? It is provided in order 20. This is rule 15. This is 16 and this is 18 under order 20. Next 13. In deciding the question of jurisdiction, one must always have regard to substance of the matter. B is the answer. Next is 14. In a suit where doctrine of res judicata is applicable, the suit is liable to be dismissed. A is the answer. And where res judicata? Section 11. Next 15. X residing in Delhi publishes statement defamatory to Y in Calcutta. Y can sue X at either Delhi or in Calcutta. C is the answer. Same question you can find in UK 2012 exam paper जो मैंने previous video, the last video I have uploaded, and that was question of 2012. I mean to say these are very common questions and they are repeated questions. Next 16. Which of the following section of CPC deals with place of suing regarding movable property? That is section 19. C is the answer. 17 is different jurisdiction. That 18 is uncertain. 20 is other suits jurisdiction. Next 17. In order to claim set-off, which of the following condition must be satisfied? Suit must be for recovery of money and sum must be ascertained. Yes. No, does not exceed pecuniary jurisdiction of the court. Yes. Legally recoverable. Yes. All of these is the answer. Order 8 rule 6 provides for set-off. Next is 18. The court passes an ex parte decree against A. A files another suit alleging that decree is obtained by the plaintiff by fraud. A suit is maintainable. A is the answer. Next 19. A second appeal under section 100 of CPC lies on the question of law, substantial question of law. Substantial question of law. B is the answer. Next 20. A suit for partition of immovable property shall be instituted in the court within the local limits of whose jurisdiction the property is situated. A is the answer. Section 16. Next 21. The procedure for serving the summons is provided in section 62 of CRPC, and they are asking from CRPC summons. D is the answer. 59 is discharge of person apprehended. Okay. 60 is power of police to arrest the escaped person to pursue in any place in India. 61 is form of summons. Next 22. X, a married man, had illicit relation with Y and a child was born out from that relationship. Later X deserted Y. Y filed an application for maintenance to her and her child from X. Decide. Yeah, they can get the maintenance. They both can get the maintenance. I would say that the answer was Y is not entitled. Nowadays, any person who is living in a domestic relationship as a treating the lady as a wife and maintaining a marital relationship without marriage, at that time that lady can ask for that. Chinmunia versus Virinder Kumar Kushwaha, the case is there. So I would say that both can get the entitlement. Y and her child are entitled for the maintenance. A is the answer. This is a However, section 125 provides only wife, mentions wife only. But as per the interpretation of the judgments of Supreme Court, now that lady is also entitled. Next 23. An order under section 144 of CRPC may be passed ex parte. Yes, it can be passed ex parte. A is the answer. It is mentioned in 144 itself. Next 24. Supreme Court upheld the constitutional validity of section 151 CRPC. Which case? Ahmad Noor Muhammad versus State. D is the answer. Next 25. Which of the following power is not available to police officer who receives an order from magistrate to investigate a non-cognizable offence? Power to search, seize or arrest. All the powers are there. Power to arrest, because Why? Because see, this is a non-cognizable offense and he cannot arrest without the permission of magistrate. So C is the answer. Next 26. Which of the following section of CRPC deals with the examination of witnesses by police? That is 161. C is the answer. 160 is notice to witnesses by the police. Next 27. Which of the following section of CRPC deals with medical examination of the victim of rape? That is 164. A, B is the answer. Next 28. Whom the following may file an application for plea bargaining? Accused. A is the answer. Where the provision chapter 21A, it came by the Amendment Act of 2006 and sections from 265A to 265L. Next 29. Which of the following section of CRPC deals with set off? That is 428. A is the answer. Next 30. In which of the following cases the Supreme Court held that mere rejection of an anticipatory bail application cannot be ground for arrest? Yes, it was decided in MC Abraham versus State. A is the answer. Next 31. Under Section 3 of Indian Evidence Act, fact in issue means fact existence or non-existence of which is which is disputed. B is the answer. तभी तो dispute होगा, only then it will come in issue. B is the answer. Next 32. A court can treat a presumption as tantamount to proof when the presumption is rebutted or not rebutted. Dispelled or not rebutted. C is the answer. Next 33. In a trial for murder of B by A, which of these fact is not relevant? That A was absconding immediately after the murder of B. A and B were seen together. Before murder, A had borrowed 50,000. B was in Bombay on that day. So he borrowed money. It is not relevant. C is the answer. Next 34. When the court has to form an opinion as to the digital signature of any person, the opinion of the certifying authority which has issued a digital signature certificate is relevant. A is the answer. And where this is mentioned? Section is 47A. Next 35. Register is an exception to hearsay rule. B is the answer. Common question, repeated question so many times. Next 36. A statement made by an accused to the police is not admissible at all, whether it is confession or admission. Admissible if it is not a confession and it is not during the course of investigation. If admission, if it is voluntary confession, it will be admissible. B is the answer. If it is under Section 27 Evidence Act, which is not a confession and not during the course of investigation. Next 37. Presumption as to genuineness of certified copy is contained in Section 79. B is the answer. Next 38. A accused of murder alleges that the reason of unsoundness of mind, he did not know the nature of the act. The burden of proof is on the accused because he want to come in general exception as per 105. The burden of proof is on the accused. Next 39. A preliminary examination before the chief examination is suggested in the case of child witness. C is the answer. Next 40. A leading question without the permission of the court may be asked during cross-examination. C is the answer. Section 143. Leading question is mentioned in Section 141. Next 41. The principle of criminal liability, actus non facitorium nisi mansitria, means act alone does not amount to guilt. It must be accompanied by a guilty mind. A is the answer. Next 42. A, intending to kill B, shoots at B but only wound him very slightly. On his being taken to the hospital, an ambulance collided with a bus and the B was killed. Here, A is liable for murder. No, A is not liable since the result is too remote an accident in its occurrence. B is the answer. The causal connection has been broken. So he is not liable for murder, only for grievous hurt or attempt to murder. Next 43. Which of the following offense is punishable with death? 305. 364A, 396, all of them, all of these. D is the answer. 364A is kidnapping for ransom. 396 is Dakati with murder. Alright. 305 is abatement of suicide of child or insane. Next 44. For which of the following offense common object is not an essential ingredient? So I think there must be common object. Unlawful assembly, yes. Affray, there is no need for common object. B is the answer. Affray is mentioned in section 159, unlawful assembly 141, writing 146. Next 45. Mr. A, a candidate for Andhra Pradesh Assembly election, distributed mobile phone to some voters and requested their votes in return. Mr. A has committed the offense under which of the following section? 171B. He had given bribe during the election. Next 46. A doctor registered as a medical practitioner and entitled to practice in homeopathy only prescribes an allopathic medicine to the patient. The patient died. The doctor is guilty of death by rash and negligent act. Why? Because he was a homeopathy doctor. He cannot give an allopathy doctor. So it was a rash and negligent act on his behalf. A is the answer. And other options are murder, culpable homicide. No. Next 47. Attempt to commit suicide is an offense punishable under section 309. B is the answer. 306 is abatement to suicide. Next 48. A police officer tortures Z in order to induce Z to confess that he committed a crime. A is guilty of an offense under provision 330. C is the answer, and this is illustration A of that section. Next 49. Who does any act so rashly or negligently as to endanger human life or personal safety of the others shall be punishable with section 336. A is the answer. Next 50. Under IPC, exhibition of an object with intent to insult the modesty of woman is an offense under section 509. C is the answer. Next 51. Which of the following section of Limitation Act deals with effect of death on or before the accrual of the right to sue? That is section 16. D is the answer. Next 52. Which of the following section of Limitation Act deals with acquisition of easement by prescription? 25. A is the answer. Next 53. Section 27 provides that on expiry of the period of limitation, the filing of suit for possession, the right itself gets extinguished if remedy is barred. Right is extinguished. A is the answer. Next 54. The period of limitation for a suit for account and share of profit of a dissolved partnership is 3 years. C is the answer. And where this is mentioned? Article 5 of Limitation Act. Same question was asked in ODISHA 2019 exam paper. Next 55. The period of limitation for a suit by mortgager to redeem or recover possession of immovable property mortgaged is 30 years. A is the answer. It is provided in Article 61A of Schedule of Limitation Act. Next 56. The period of limitation for filing an application to Supreme Court for special leave to appeal in a case where the leave to appeal was refused by the High Court is 60 days. B is the answer. It is provided in Article 133B of Schedule of Limitation Act. Next 57. Which of the following section of Limitation Act mandates that every suit instituted, appeal, preferred, and application made after the prescribed period shall be dismissed, although limitation has not been set up as a defense? That is section 3. B is the answer. Next 58. What is the period of limitation for a suit on promissory note or bond payable by the installment? That is 3 years. A is the answer. And it is provided in Article 36 of Schedule of Limitation Act. Next 59. The notice of dishonor of check is served on the drawer on 29/5/95. The period of 15 days expired on 14/6/1995. Complaint is filed on 15/11/1995. The complaint is within time. Yes, A is the answer. Next 60. Dismissal of a civil appeal as time barred is not a decree. B is the answer. Next 61. Accumulation of income can be directed under section 17 for a period not longer than lifetime of transferor or a period of 18 years from the date of transfer. D is the answer. It is mentioned in section 17 itself. Next 62. Feeding the grant by estoppel comes into operation when the transfer is made prudently, erroneously, under caution, or under mistake. No, after transfer he acted in good faith. No, prudently or erroneously. A is the answer. Section is 43 TPA. Next 63. The condition estating absolute alienation is not void when for the benefit of lesser legal heirs or lessee. Lesser. A is the answer. Section 10 provides for the same. Next 64. Lis pendens is not applicable to suit or proceedings which is ex parte collusive. Collusive. B is the answer. Lis pendens provided in section 52 TPA. Next 65. Where the mortgager ostensibly sells the mortgage property, the transaction is called anomalous. But no, this is not a mortgage. D is the answer. None of these. Next 66. The right of a mortgagee to institute a suit for foreclosure is not available when the mortgage property is under lease, mortgage is alienated, decree has been made for the redemption of the mortgage property. In all of these, D is the answer. And where the right of foreclosure is in section 67 TPA. Next 67. Mortgage property can be sold without intervention of court only in case of English mortgage. C is the answer. And where it is provided English mortgage, 58 EE for English, simple is 58 B. Deposit title deed F. Anomalous is G. Next 68. Where the tenant continues to remain in possession even after the expiry of notice to quit, he is treated as tenant at sufferance. C is the answer. Next 69. The following among is not an actionable claim. Claim for arrears of rent. This is an actionable claim. Change of partnership. Yes. Claim for unpaid dower of a Muslim woman. This is an actionable claim. Decree of civil court. No, it is not actionable claim. D is the answer. Next 70. Donatio mortis causa means deathbed gift. Gift to a dying person. No. Gift made by a person on his death. No. Then gift which are made in contemplation of death. Yes. C is the answer. Next 71. A person who is not a party to a contract but has some interest in the consideration of that contract can enforce that contract subject to certain exceptions. Can enforce that contract. Cannot enforce that contract. He cannot enforce that contract. C is the answer. Because he is not a party. He is only an interest in consideration. If he has interest in the subject matter, then he could have enforced that contract. A is the answer. Next 72. Forbearance to sue the promisor in return for a promise made by the promisor is a good consideration. Yes, always serve as good consideration. A is the answer. Next 73. The communication of acceptance is complete as against the proposer when it is put in the course of transmission as to be put out of the power of acceptor. A is the answer. Section 4 Contract Act provides for the same. Next 74. Threatening to commit certain acts forbidden by IPC is associated with which one of the following? Coercion. Section 15 provides for the same. Misrepresentation 18. Fraud 17. Mistake 20. Next 75. When one party's consent has been caused as a result of mistake of law, the contract is not voidable. So it means it is valid. B is the answer. And it's provided in section 21 of Contract Act. Next 76. A contingent contract is a contract to do something if some event collateral to such does happen. Yeah, to do something if event does happen. To do or not to do something if event collateral to such contract. No. not to do something does or does not happen. Yes, C is the answer. Contingent contract section, it is provided in section 31. Next 77. ABC jointly promised to pay rupees 6,000 to X. X files suit against A to recover the amount. So here X can sue A for the recovery of 2,000, or must sue B, or can recover the amount from any of them. Can recover the amount any of them. C is the answer. And where it is provided? Section 43, and you can see illustration of that section, illustration A. Next 78. A owes B rupees 3,000. C pays to B rupees 2,000 and B accepts it as satisfaction of his claim against A. This payment is a discharge of the entire claim. B is the answer. This is provided in section 63, and you can see illustration C for that. Next 79. For the acts of sub-agent lawfully appointed, the sub-agent is not responsible to the principal. Sub-agent is responsible to the principal directly, or agent is responsible to the principal. Sub-agent is also responsible. Agent is responsible to the principal. C is the answer. And this is provided in section 192 and part 2. So you can see the agent's responsibility for sub-agent. The agent is responsible to the principal for the acts of the sub-agent. C is the answer. Next, 80. B owes to C a debt guaranteed by A. Debt becomes payable. C does not sue B for a year after the debt has become payable. A discharge from shortship is not discharged. Or C cannot recover from B. A is not discharged from shortship. B is the answer, and this is provided in section 137 Contract Act. And this is illustration of that section. Next 81. A male member of a joint family and his son, grandson, and great grandson constitutes a coparcenary. B is the answer. Next 82. A male Hindu dies leaving behind his father, mother, one adopted son, 3 daughters, and 2 natural born sons. So you can see the father, mother. Okay, this was the interstate. So 1 adopted son, then 3 daughters, and 2 more sons. Okay, he has left behind him a self-acquired property. The distribution of the property among the heirs will be between all of them except father. So mother, adopted son, 3 daughters, and 2 natural born sons. B is the answer, because father is a class 2 higher and these all are class 1 higher. So 1 is the answer. Next 83. Who among the following is not a class 1 heir but there is class 2? Daughter of predeceased daughter is a class 1. Daughter of predeceased son, class 1. And the son of predeceased son is class 1. So A is the answer. Next 84. Which of the following section of Hindu Succession Act mandates that property of female Hindu is to be her absolute property? Section 14. Very common question. A is the answer. बहुत repeated question है ये. Next 85. Under Hindu Succession, the property of male Hindu dying intestate shall devolve according to provision of section 8. A is the answer. In case of female, section 10. Next 86. Which of the section of Indian Succession Act treats agnates and cognates and males and females heirs equally? Next 87. A holograph will is a will written by. Next 88. A legacy is bequeathed to A and in a case of his death to B. If A survives the testator, the legacy to B becomes vested or not. Does not take effect. B is the answer. Next 89. A copy of will certified under the seal of court and a grant of administration to the estate to the testator is known as a probate. C is the answer. And where probate is mentioned? Section 2F of Indian Succession Act. Next 90. In which section of the following Indian Succession Act it is provided that where a bequest is made to a person by particular description and there is no person in existence at the testator's death who answer the description, the bequest is void under section 112. B is the answer. Next 91. A suit for possession of an immovable property under section 6 within 6 months from dispossession. D is the answer. Next 92. Which of the following section of SRA deals with recovery of specific movable property? That is section 7. A is the answer. Next 93, an authoritative pronouncement by court in respect of a person's right to property or his status is called as declaration. C is the answer. Section 34 provides for the same. Next 94, Section 34 specifically deals with mere declaration of right of the parties with or without any award of compensation. Mere declaration of rights, A is the answer. Next 95, an order of the court to a party to the proceeding to do or not to do a specific act is called as injunction. C is the answer. Next 96, which of the following injunction is always without any time limit, that is perpetual injunction. C is the answer. Next 97, the principle of quia tamet means some future probable injury to the right or interest of a person. B is the answer. Next 98, can the court award compensation in case where specific performance is impossible? Yes, A is the answer. Next 99, which of the following can be rectified? A mistake in the transaction itself, a mistake in the way in which the transaction has been expressed in writing. B is the answer. Next is 100. Under section 12.2, specific relief act, part performance of a contract can be enforced by the promisor. B is the answer. So friends, here we have discussed all the questions of Odisha Judicial Services Preliminary Examination 2018. अगर आपको इसमें कोई कमी लगी हो, कोई सजेशंस हो, कोई एडवाइस हो, तो आप कमेंट सेक्शन में जाकर भी लिख सकते हैं. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. And friends, if you like the efforts, kindly give a super thanks. Super thanks is a way to help the content creator with some tips in form of money. So you can donate some money by clicking on the super thanks. मिनिमम से मिनिमम आप 20 रुपये भी डोनेट कर सकते हैं. मिनिमम स्टार्ट्स विद 20 रुपीज़. एंड अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छी लगी इसको जरूर लाइक कीजिएगा. एंड डोंट फॉरगेट टू सब्सक्राइब आवर चैनल. एंड व्हाइल सब्सक्राइबिंग डोंट फॉरगेट टू प्रेस द बेल आइकन so that you can get the notification of our upcoming videos. So friends, thanks very much for watching this video. Thank you.